everyone, welcome today to my next tutorial video, which I'm really excited to show you. I'm going to make this card, and I used the paper from the new Cartabella designer series paper called Flower Garden. It's got some beautiful, beautiful pieces to it, and I just fell in love with it when I saw it. So I'm going to use that. So you'll need to purchase 3 different colors of paper. This one actually has the polka dot on the back, which is why I used it for the back of this and then to cut out this one. Well, I like how that works. And then this one I used to back that with and do the frames. And then this one is what I used to cut out the flowers, which I will tell you about. I'll show you how I did that in a little bit later. You're going to also need the Whimsy die cut slimline scallop die, and I will talk about that a little bit more. If you want to stamp the little sentiments on it, I really like this one from Avery L. It's got little tiny sentiments, and they just stamp so nicely in between here, or you could do one here or just one. It's just, I love what they have the little sentiments say. And then of course you'll need blocks to put those on. And you're going to need some home die cut machine. I'm going to use the Revolution today, and this is the brochure. It's too big to fit in this shot, so I'll show you a different. We'll do it a little bit later, and I'll show you how that works. And you'll need your favorite glue, which of course mine is Tombow with the green lid is my favorite. And yeah, let's get started. Okay, let's start with what you'll need to cut out for this card. First, I'll need you to get a piece of white paper or a slimline card that's already cut out. And this is 7.5 by 8.5, and then scored in the middle at 3 3/4, and then you just fold it in half. That's the beginning of your card. And then you're going to cut out, let me grab my little paper that tells me the sizes of this. Okay, this one is to go on the back of here. And it is 3 3/4 by 8.5. That's going to go there. And then this one that goes behind the die cut is 8 1/8 by 3 1/8. This one you're going to use to cut out your die cut, and it's going to be 3.5 by 8.5. And this is a rough estimate. You're going to cut it out, and it's going to cut all around it for you. So if your piece is a little bit bigger than that, that's totally fine. And when it cuts out, it actually cuts out these frames, which is so cool. I didn't know that when I first got this die, and I loved it. So you'll cut these out, and then when you cut them out, I like to cut them a little bit. I like to cut several of them so that you can stack them together, and it will give you some more dimension, which I love dimension on cards. And so I've glued three together here, and I've already done these 2, and I'm gonna do this one to show you how I do it. If you have a different way, totally fine. I love the Tombow glue for this, and what I am doing is trying to put the glue in a very thin line all around the outside. And you'll notice that this one is blue polka dot, and it's because when I cut this one out, I just saved the extra little frame, and I'm going to use that because why not? Or you can just cut them out of white. So then place your next one on top of it. And I pick it up and kind of move it around because that Tombow glue lets you move it around. And then just kind of press that together. Just hold it for a couple seconds. And then go ahead and glue the next one on. Thin. So I start squeezing it and then go around and try to just make it a thin line. It will make you kind of sticky if you get glue on your fingers, but it's really good glue. Okay, then I'm just going to glue this one in here again. Match it up to one of the scallops, and then I pick it up and I kind of shift it around, squish it so it stays where I want it to. Okay, so that's how I layered those little scallop frames. Okay, so now let's assemble the card. Take your card, slimline card, and I am going to put this one on. Okay. I'm just going to take my glue and go around the edge. And you don't have to be real perfectly right to the edge because it's going to smush out a little, but I just find that glue is so fast. Decide which way you want it to go. And this one, and then just glue it on. It looks like I have a little bit of a edge there, so it doesn't go all the way to the edge. It leaves a little bit of a edge of that card. You could do either way, either cut it so it goes all the way or not. And then we're going to glue this one on here. Again, we're going to just put it around the edge, not too close to the edge, and then go ahead and put that centered into here. Perfect. Okay. And then we're going to actually just keep going. We'll put this one on next. Right, I go around the whole outside edge and this way. I hope that by doing some of these steps with you, you guys can do it with me too. Like, I'm not just telling you what I am doing, but I'm trying to do the steps in such a way that you can also do it and follow along with me. So then I like to have a little bit of the border showing there. So I just glue that so that a little bit of the border is showing. Okay, fun part. So what we're going to do next is glue these frames on. Same way except I'm going to do it on the bottom. So same way I did them together, I'm going to glue it so it goes like that. So just a thin line going across the outside of this. And you'll want to kind of not put it on those holes because it will get sticky and go through to your fingers. It won't be the end of the world, but you know. Kind of nice not to have it smush around too much. And just, I start at the bottom, find the one I want to line it up with, line it up along the sides. Just hold it for a second. Go ahead and do your next ones. Okay, and stick that in there. We have one more to go. Hope you guys are having a great spring. This card, it's a beautiful card, but it also, I think, would be a really pretty Mother's Day card, which is coming up, or a birthday, which is what I made it for as a birthday card. But it's just so soft and sweet. I just love these Echo Park papers. Cartabella. Sorry, Echo Park and Cartabella, same company, but so I get it mixed up because I love both their papers, but this is actually Cartabella. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go over to the die cut machine, and I'm going to show you how I cut out the centers for the flowers for these. Okay, so before I show you how to use the revolution, I want to talk just a few minutes about how to choose which flowers. So this is a paper. You can put any sticker flowers or whatever in the middle of those frames, but I like to try to use the paper to cut things out. And this paper is so beautiful. Look at those flowers, and they match perfectly with the other papers. So, you know, you might want to do the blue flowers. You might want to do this flower, whichever one. You're going to take your little die cut and just kind of look at it and see, okay, yeah, I think that would look nice. Now, if I stuck it here and ran it through the die cut, it's going to cut here too, and it's going to cut all this. So before I start cutting it all, I'm going to say that's my first one, and I really like this one up here. It might be too close. If it is, I've got another one over here. And then I do like this one here too. I think those are the three I used before on the other card. So you just want to be aware of cutting the first one closest to the side first so that you don't cut all this extra stuff out. So I'm just going to, okay, so what I'm going to do with this machine, it's got several plates. This is the base plate here, platform it's called. And then this is the magnetic mat, which is super cool because it's going to hold your dies on there. And then you want the top one here that goes on top of it. So I'm going to put my paper over here. And the first one I'm going to try, I think it was this one that I wanted to do. I mean, it doesn't really matter. There's a lot of cute ones here. So I'm going to put that one there. I'm going to put this on top of it. And I'm going to run it through the machine. Like that. And just keep it going all the way through until it cuts out that cute little oval flower for me. And voila, there's our first little oval of flowers. Isn't that cute? Okay, so then, you know, here I have an extra frame, so I might save that for the next card I'm making to make that layered look like I was talking about. So then I'm going to go to the next one, which I think was right here. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on top of it, the plate on top of it, and just feed it through again. All the way through. Sometimes you hear it click. Well, that's what it does when it gets to the end too, but sometimes you hear it crunch and click as you're going through. And there's that oval flower. Isn't that cute? Okay, one more flower we're going to do is this one right here is the one I really like, with this cute little, kind of looks like a little posy or something. Put this on top of it and just go ahead and slide it through. Okay. Just have to get it started when it's hanging off like that. And it's moving around because I'm just on this white paper, but it doesn't usually move around on the regular surface. And then take that off. And there's your extra frame, and there's your posy flowers. So let's go glue those back over to the table and glue those to the middle of the frames. Okay, so we're back over here at the table, and we're just gonna glue these inside here. You might wanna play with them a little bit first and decide that that's where you want them. You know, these are kind of got that little black flower in it. It's super cute. They're kind of the same, so I'm gonna go ahead and put them on the edge and then put that one in the middle. And so you're just gonna put glue on the back and stick them in here. Sometimes when you just push them in there, they stay. It's kind of fun. But the last thing I want to talk to you about is using these stamps. So a lot of the stamps are now made as cling stamps. And what you do is you just peel them off. So you decide which one you want. And I used hello my friend, missing you, because I'm missing my friends during this COVID time. So you just decide one and you go ahead and peel it off. Comes right off, it looks like that. And then you can stick it on your stamp or stick it on here, whatever you, and then pick it up with your, so then you have a clear block. And you only need like 1 or 2 clear blocks because you can put this back on there and use it again. But if you put it on there, then it picks it up like that. And I didn't do it straight, so I'm gonna fix it anyway. And then you're just gonna put it in your stamp pad, like stamp pads here, stamp it, black stamp, and then just go ahead, and I like it because you can see through the block. You don't have a wooden thing that you're trying to guess where it goes, and you can just see it and press it down there, and it'll stamp like that. And then when you're done, you just stick this back on here and go to the next one you want to use. This is hello my friend. I mean, this is really cute. Avriel puts this out, and I just love these little ones, and I love what they say. Thank you, I'm here for you, hello my friend, you're the best. So that's it, and then you can embellish it with some little bows if you want, whatever other embellishments you want. Write a note to your friend, let them know how much you're missing them. Have a great day.